This is a huge pleasure, a delight and an honor to be introducing Elisabeth, who is the founder of this foundation. There are a number of things which tell you that she's an extraordinarily brave, adventurous, open-minded, very warm person and a great friend. So, I'm going to ask Elisabeth some questions to talk about her life with her husband, Nicolae Ratiu. And as you know, Nicolae Ratiu is the man that this foundation is named after. An extraordinary politician, and more than a politician, a number of different things. I don't know that I should talk about Jan right now. So, an extraordinary man with whom she shared an extraordinary life. And we're going to begin by talking about how they met.
Oh.
So
shall I tell you how we met?
Please.
We met at Cambridge University, where he was doing a postgraduate scholarship. He didn't speak English very well, so he wrote his application to St. John's, Cambridge, in Latin. He improved a bit later on. He spoke English rather well. And I was having a tea in Cambridge. I wasn't at Cambridge University. I was at London School of Economics. I was doing social science because I became later a social worker. And we had a party and we were missing a man, and so my cousin, who was giving the tea party, produced Jan. And he walked me home, and the rest is a long time together.
And so, how was it when you actually went, when you arrived for the first time? I mean...
So, we're talking about that year, 89. Jan was informed by Interpol that there was a death threat, and there were two women who had been sent out by, who were they called? Di, that's right, to assassinate him. So Interpol, who I respect, but what were their instructions? To look after ourselves. Look out of the door when you come out in the morning. Look under your car. That's about it.
That was it?
Yeah.
And take a different route to the office.
Oh, I've forgotten that bit. Yeah. So anyhow, I used to pray that these women would so love the Western world that they would give up the job they'd been sent out to do. So that was that, and we went back to Romania end of January. Ceausescu and his wife had been shot that Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And we took a plane with you. My husband rented a plane and took a whole group of his friends and Romanians and journalists back to Romania on January the 28th. And we barely landed at the airport because the weather, I don't know if you've ever seen rain that goes horizontal. That was the scene at the airport, and we were the last plane to land. Of course, in those days, Bucharest, Ottopen, didn't have lights in the landing field. So we landed. By the way, I bought Jan a bulletproof vest.
So that was the kind of reception you were expecting?
Yes. I didn't have one myself, naturally. I thought Romanians are gentlemen, they're not going to kill a woman. But anyhow, we got out of the plane, and there was a whole group of people waiting to meet us in the rain. Caposso was leading them, And there were about 20 or 30 people who I knew by hearsay. I'd heard about them.
And so you got out of the airport.
We got out of the airport. We drove through the streets, which were full of snow. Snow had been piled up in piles on the edge of the roads, very dirty. I remember seeing, this seems extraordinary, groups of people praying in corners in Bucharest. You know how people pray when they're out in that kind of situation. They bend on one knee. And we saw that quite often before we got to our hotel, where we holed up in the hotel. I must say the hotel, which was the Intercontinental, was a hotbed of informers.
All plotting.
And 2 days later, there was a big meeting of the Democrats in Victoria. Was it called Victoria Palace?
Victoria Square, Piazza Victoria, in front of Victoria Palace.
Yeah. And busloads and busloads of people were going there. You know how busloads, when they take people, they're standing in rows in the bus. I'd never seen that before. And I was left behind in the hotel.
You mean people
Can I
standing
just go on one more?
Standing on the back of the trucks, that's what you meant.
Yes, standing in the back of the trucks. I was left in the hotel with a young chap who was one of the Democrats in Romania, and he came to me rather white-faced and said, "There's a death threat for Mr. Ratiu." So what does an English woman do at that point? Send for the manager. Which I did.
What did the manager do?
What?
What did the manager do?
Moved us to another floor, which was much more secure.
Ah.
It had been full of bullet holes, but it was supposed to be more secure.